Hey guys, so I wanted to talk to you today. Let me get a little closer so you can actually see me. I wanted to talk to you today. Um, one, a journey that I'm on. I am getting ready to start um, a water challenge for myself. Anyone that knows me knows I hate water with a passion. Can't stand it. Tastes like metal. I don't like water. But I am starting a 60-day water challenge where I can't have anything else to drink minus my coffee in the morning because I will slay everyone in the world if I don't have my coffee. But after I drink my coffee in the morning, I can only drink water until I've reached my water goal for the day, which is, my 8 glasses of water. And then after that, I can have whatever else I want to drink. So that's my 60-day goal. I hit my goal yesterday, so I'm going to try to hit my goal today. It took me all day yesterday, and I was able to take my night pills with actually some iced tea, so I was pretty happy about that. And then I promptly fell asleep. So it was like, hey, I took a couple sips of iced tea and then went to bed. So I took my morning pills with coffee because I'm like, I don't want to start my water yet. But I have my water primed and ready to go. Also, I wanted to talk to you about my MRI. So I had my MRI done on Monday, and I got the results. The neurologist called me on Tuesday with the results. Well, the nurse did. And she told me that he wants my pain doctor to handle it. Okay, that's not a problem. It's dealing with my back. I got it. I understand. So I called the pain doctor and I'm like, hey, listen, my neurologist wants you to handle, my pain doctor to handle my back because it's a back issue. Well, they told me that I can't get in to see the pain doctor until sometime after, I think it was at the end of April or something like that. And I'm like, or maybe it was the end of May. And I'm like, well, I was just there on the 11th. I was supposed to get an injection. He held off that injection until he got the results of the MRI. He wanted it rushed so he could get those results so that way we can see where to go. Is there any way that you can talk to him and remind him of this? That way he can, keep informed, or he can decide what he wants to do from there. Excuse me. He can decide what he wants to do from there. So he's like, nope, no go. The only thing you can do is see the nurse practitioner. And I'm like, okay, fine. When can I get to see the nurse practitioner? He's like, you can see her tomorrow. So that's today. So I'm getting ready to go see her at 9:20. And it's just funny because after I hung up with them yesterday, I just had this annoying voice in the back of my head. It was like, call your neurosurgeon. So I went ahead and I called my neurosurgeon. And I was like, hey, this is what's going on. I've been falling over the past 2 weeks. I've fallen over 8 times. One time was a really bad fall when I was in the kitchen and I was there for over 2 hours. I think I was losing consciousness in and out. I'm not quite sure. But you know me, I got a little, used to be an EMT. So I was like, mild concussion, just stay awake. And as long as I can army crawl to the bed, I'll be fine. So I didn't call an ambulance or anything like that. And I just kind of stayed up for 24 hours. And I told my husband what was going on. So he stayed home with me the next day so he can keep me up all night. Okay, cool. So she's like, oh my goodness, you should have went to the hospital after your first fall. And I'm like, what was I supposed to say? Hey, I fell, but now I'm up and I don't, what? Like, it was just weird because I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know where you want me to go with this, because, eek, you don't want to go to the hospital because then I think that you're just a drug seeker. And she's like, oh no, you should have went to the hospital. And then she asked me some other questions, and I answered yes to those. Not going to get too involved on it on the internet, but let's just say I deal with a urologist, and he's the one that ordered my CAT scan yesterday to see what was going on. And I guess part of those problems as to why he ordered the CAT scan correlate with my back problems. And she's like, oh my goodness, you should have been in the hospital. So I'm like, okay, well, what do you want me to do going forward? And she's like, well, I'm going to try to get you in here as soon as possible. She's like, if we have a cancellation tomorrow, I'm going to get you in. And I'm like, well, in the morning, I see the pain doctor's nurse practitioner. And she's like, what time is the appointment? I'm like, well, it's at 9:20 in the morning. I'll probably be out. They normally only take about an hour. So after that, I'll probably be free, about 11 o'clock. She's like, okay, well, you keep 11 o'clock on free. If I get one single cancellation after 11 o'clock, I'm going to call you. She's actually so funny. She's like, I'm going to call you. I'm going to send up a bat signal or a meek signal. And you just rush right over here. And I was like, okay. And she's like, if not, we got you in for Friday. Now, this is a neurosurgeon, okay? He's one of those type of doctors that not a lot of people do what he does, okay? That's just like a cardiac surgeon. I figure a neurosurgeon and a cardiac surgeon are pretty much in a league of their own when it comes to medical field. If something is wrong, these are the people that they call. If something is strange, these are the people that they call. So if my neurosurgeon is willing to work me in, because she put me on hold and she talked to my neurosurgeon, and it was him that was making these calls. She was just relaying the information. And she's like, but if you fall in that meantime, you go straight to the ER and you tell them, hey, I had a fall. I have a bad disc in my back that's pushing on my nerve. I need you to get in touch with my neurosurgeon. And I'm like, okay. She's like, well, I'm like, well, what about if they think I'm a drug seeker? She's like, well, then don't ask for any medicine. Say you're here because I was advised by my neurosurgeon that if I fell, I was to go to the ER and I was to tell them to contact my neurosurgeon. And she's like, that's all you have to say. And I was like, okay, so I'll do it. I'm losing range of motion in my back. Unfortunately, I do believe it is from all the falling. I did have a lot more range of motion. Right now, let's see. This is really all I can do on this side. And on this side, I can really only do that. So before, I could go further and I was fine. But since I've had all the falling, I've lost a lot of range of motion in my back. Which makes my life a little challenging, but I'm up for the challenge and I'm up for finding ways to deal with things and do things differently. What I'm not up for is for you to treat me like I don't matter, for you to treat what I'm telling you like it's not important. Here it is that my neurosurgeon is like, oh my gosh, based off of what you're telling me, you should go to the hospital, while everybody else is like, no big deal, we'll just wait for the MRI. Now, I even asked for a wheelchair. I asked my neurologist, I asked my primary doctor, I asked the pain doctor. I said, hey, in the meantime, can I have a wheelchair so I can get around my house? So that way, I can safely get from one room to the other and don't have to worry about falling. And they were like, well, let's see what the MRI has to say. And it's like, it doesn't matter what the MRI has to say. I keep telling you that I keep falling. So regardless of what the MRI has to say, I'm still a fall risk. If I was to go into the hospital right now, you guys would label me as a fall risk. You would put a big old sticker on my door that says fall risk. You would slap a big old wristband on me that says fall risk. And you would slap a big old sticker on my chart that says fall risk. You wouldn't question, you wouldn't say, well, let's see what the scan says after it's done before you label me as a fall risk. So why are you treating me like that now? It's just very frustrating, and I needed to get that out. I needed to just vent and just get it off my heart, get it out of my mind, and just kind of express it outwards, because I'm a full believer in just getting it out of your head and clearing your mind before you go and do something, because I am a very say it as it is person. Some people like to call it confrontational. I like to call it being honest. I am going to go to this appointment, and why did you guys not treat this like it's important? Why are you guys acting like I don't matter? So these are things that I'm going to talk to my doctors about, and these are things that I have questions about. That's pretty much it. I didn't really want this video to be long, but I guess I had a lot on my heart to get out. So until next time, guys, be well and deuces. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. Give me a big thumbs up, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.